Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM. Brian Winnekins at the 75th Annual NAFB Convention in Kansas City. Thank you to our broadcast sponsors, including the Wisconsin Farm Bureau, Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, the Animal Wellness Center, and Dekalb-Asgrow Seeds. Austin Gannert's your representative serving Northwest Wisconsin. I'm with Pete Uitenbroek, and we are going to talk a little bit about 2018 and 2019 with Dekalb-Asgrow. And Pete, thank you for joining us first, at least in Wisconsin. Kind of a challenging year, wet, then dry, then wet again. And we even had snow here a few weeks back as well. What were some of the things that you've seen in the fields that growers have been telling you from this past growing season?
Yeah, Brian, thanks for having me on this morning. To your point, 2018 proved to be a challenging year, not only in Wisconsin but across a lot of parts of the country. Farmers have come to expect consistent high performance from Dekalb-Asgrow, and in spite of some of those challenges, I'm happy to report that we delivered on that again this year. So definitely variable, but with those high yielding genetics, with the right management practices and a little bit of luck, we had a successful year.
You mentioned the right management practices. What were those right management practices?
Yeah.
Management plan, but all of a sudden it rained for 2 weeks in a row. Now we got a problem.
Yeah. Everybody plants with great intentions, and everybody is optimistic in the spring, us included. And when Mother Nature shows up, there's not much you're going to do about it. But what I would say is I'm really pleased with the way that our local Dekalb-Asgrow dealers stay close to farmers. Agronomists are walking the acres, they're on the fields. They really help making those tough decisions throughout the year. And I think you gotta pay tribute to them and give them a credit for staying connected with their farmer customers.
Talking with Pete Uitenbroek with Dekalb-Asgrow Seeds here at the NAFB convention. Pete, did you receive any reports of stalk rot because of the wet weather, especially late in the season?
Yeah, definitely. As those crops sit out in the field, it's definitely something that folks get concerned about. And it's actually something that, as we think about our portfolio, we're very deliberate about breeding for, to make sure that harvestability and that plant integrity maintains itself throughout the year. So I think we showed pretty well, but in a challenging year, I think everybody's going to see certain issues with things like that.
So we get ready for 2019 now. What should producers be thinking about, or what should they have been doing, at least during the harvest, to try and help with those 2019 decisions?
Yeah, I think there's several things. I think farmers are in a great position, and in a position they maybe have never been in before, to use digital tools to evaluate harvest while it's happening, and also after harvest. So Climate Field View comes to mind as a great tool that farmers can use to understand right there in the cab variability across the field, and really what's driving the yields that they are seeing, good or bad. And so I would encourage folks to invest and understand those tools. Your local agronomist, your local dealer is also a great resource to understand what are we seeing from our market development plots. We do market development plots across the entire Midwest, across the entire country for that matter, and really pulling a lot of data to help understand not only our legacy products but also our new products. As we think about products specifically for 2019, we'll see 30 new Dekalb hybrids, 5 of which will be Dekalb Disease Shield hybrids. And that's really important because Dekalb Disease Shield products defend against 5 key yield-robbing diseases. So in a challenging year, the folks that choose those high-yielding genetics with a bit of that defensive package built in, they tend to be pretty happy. On the Asgrow side, we'll see 34 new Asgrow varieties that are showing a 2.7 bushel advantage. So those are bushels you can take to the bank. But in addition to that, we're seeing, and we've actually bred for improvements in our agronomic package. It's always important to us. We know that farmers care about those things like standability. We're going to see improved scores against things like IDC and white mold, which are certainly important to farmers in Wisconsin.
And farmers, you'll be able to talk with Austin Gannertz, your Asgrow and Dekalb seed representative here in Northwest Wisconsin. He'll tell you about all of those new varieties and more. We are at the NAFB 75th Annual Convention. I'm Brian Winnekins for Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN.